All right, so we will start in a few minutes. Okay, just checking who's with us. All right. Okay, guys. So we still have like 6 more minutes to go. This is the fourth post-PMP training session. So far we've had 3 post-PMP training sessions. I didn't share yet the recording of the last one on YouTube. We have it. Yes, I haven't shared it yet. And this is the fourth one. And today, we will have really, an open discussion. We will talk about some important points. I'm going to give you some good hints to help you not only pass the PMP exam, but also, succeed in your job, in your work, because that's as important, equally important to to having the PMP certification. And starting next week, we will start, sharing a series of practice PMP practice questions, more videos on YouTube. I was on a break. I was kind of on a break in the last 2 weeks. Was kind of on a break, and then next week I will return to work 100%. So okay, so I see more people are joining. Okay, guys, so we still have like 4 minutes. Okay, so we will start in about 4 minutes. Okay. Okay. Do you know some names? I already know some names. Yeah, can see. Yeah, some names I'm familiar with. Okay, so we still have like 3 minutes, and then we will start. Okay. Okay. By the way, guys, many of you have already taken serious steps towards, the PMP, uh, the PMP exam, right? Which is quite good. Which is quite good. Some of you have already taken the exam. They have passed. I think the success rate is quite high among you guys. I'm talking still about those who joined the free PMP training, the free PMP training in February. Many of you have already taken the exam. They've passed, which is quite good. Okay. And more to come. Yeah, I know that many are planning their exam. All right. Good. So, all right. So we will wait 2 more minutes and then we will start. Okay. And by the way, we will have we will share a gift today. We will pick one of you guys attending this session, and if he or she uh, has liked the today's post and shared it, then they will earn 3-year access to our PMP education platform and exam simulator. Okay. By the way, guys, Is my webcam on? Do you see me? Like, because I have my webcam on, turned on. Do you see me on the webcam? Or should I just switch it off? Feder Maki can see me, okay. Ahmed Dbuki, yeah, Najla, all right. Okay, guys can see me. Okay, that's good. All right, all right. Krish, all right, good, good. Faisal, all right, that's good. Amr, good, all right, good, very good. Thank you, guys. Good. All right, so one more minute, and then we can start. Okay. Thank you, Basim. I look good. No, I don't look good. No, I'm tired. I lost my sister 2 weeks ago, and it's still impacting me a lot. I'm trying to keep myself busy. I'm trying to, not remember, but it really touched me a lot. I'm just not trying to show it. All right. So, okay, thank you, Basim. Thank you. Okay, few more seconds. Thank you. Few more seconds, and then we can start. Just a few more seconds. Thank you all. Thank you. All right, good. 8 p.m. 8 p.m. sharp. 8 p.m. GMT +1. Okay, guys. So, hello everyone. Assalamu alaikum wa welcome to our fourth post-PMP training session. Now we have finished our PMP training. Now, guys, please. This is going to be an open discussion. I'm going to, let you ask me any question whenever you want. Just raise your hand. Just whenever you have a question, raise your hand. I will unmute you. All right. You don't need to wait. There is no question and answer session. Sorry, there is no question and answer part. It's open question session. I'm just not allowing microphones because you probably remember, from the last sessions, the post PMP training sessions, some people forget their mics on and then we can hear like some personal stuff, some family stuff. I don't want that. Okay. And I want to have clean recording, so we can share it later on, with the others who could not join, we can share it later on YouTube, etc. So, okay, guys, now we have finished our training in February, at the end, 28th of February. It was an amazing month. And then in March, it was crazy. March was crazy. We were, so busy, with preparing thousands and thousands of certifications, helping people get their training certifications. People were asking for access to our education platform. We were still sharing a lot of presents. Now, let me tell you, let me share with you the results of all of that work. Now, many of you, okay, out of those thousands of people, many have already taken the next step, of sitting for the PMP exam. Many have already passed and they have shared their certifications on LinkedIn. We have shared some of their certifications, okay? People now are enjoying a totally like a new mindset. I can still receive those comments. I can still receive those messages on WhatsApp, on LinkedIn. People still are commenting on the post. A lot of people a lot of people wrote me this and I really appreciate it. Now I'm going to start from here. I'm going to start from this sentence. Okay, many people have written me this. Ahmed, that training changed something in my mind. That training changed the way I look at things. Now that's what people are telling me. Before, it was all called a job to be done, to do a job. I have an assignment, I need to finish it. Now, I don't look at it that way anymore. Now, let me tell you what people are saying. Now people are telling me this, offline on WhatsApp, on LinkedIn, via phone. Sometimes in the comments, you can check, my posts on LinkedIn. Now those people, some of those people are telling me this, Ahmed. Whenever there is a new assignment in the company, whenever there is a new work, a new mission, The first thing I'm asking is, how does that fit into the company's, strategy? That's the first thing. Second, now I'm talking like, as if I'm one of those people. Second, I'm checking whether that request really is going to be beneficial for us. So I'm trying to calculate return on investment, check where is the value to be delivered, to be created and delivered, how much value is this bringing to the company, and third, does that qualify as a project? If yes, if it does qualify as a project, then I insist on managing that in the form of a project. Now that's what people are telling me, and now I'm so glad. So just from the first layer of project management, people started like having a clearer view and picture of project management, and I really appreciate that a lot. Now you might wonder, now this is the question that repeats now probably in your heads: what kind of courage or what made those people go forward and take the exam? Now let me tell you this. Now let me tell you, why did those people go for the PMP exam? Why did they take the next step? And why haven't you guys not taken those steps yet? Those people were in touch with me a lot. Okay. Some of them won access to our education platform and exam simulator. And some of them purchased that access. Okay. And they were talking to me a lot on WhatsApp. You see, I'm very responsive on WhatsApp. Okay. They were asking me, Ahmed, how much time do I need, or would I need to prepare for the PMP exam? And I was trying to help each one of them, whether they were taking the exam in English, in French, in Arabic, or in any other language. I was trying to help them. And I was even guiding them, while scheduling their PMP exam because they needed guidance. Some of them, I think there was a guy last night. Yeah, one of the guys last night who joined my PMP training got this. His name is Khalid. He posted his certification, I think, last night, and was it the day before? I don't remember. I think last night, and he wrote this: I have recommended this lady, I forgot her name. She was also one of our students, to go, for the PMP with Ahmed. She got her certification, and now it was her turn to push me. Now Khalid is talking, to push me to go for the PMP certification, and he got it. So you see, people sometimes, even if they're aware of the importance of the PMP certification, even if they know the PMP certification can help them get to the next level, move to the next step, still they needed some kind of push, and I'm there for you guys. Really, I'm there. You see, I can tell you, like, really, right now, right this moment, my WhatsApp contains 900 messages only, compared to thousands. 2 months ago, I had thousands of unread messages. Now it shows me exactly on my laptop, on my WhatsApp, on my laptop, or in my phone, just 900 messages. You know when did they come? 15 minutes ago. Sorry, 1 hour and 15 minutes ago. Okay, so actually, just for the past hour, I could not, answer messages because I have family to take care of. Otherwise, I'm so responsive on WhatsApp. So, guys, if you need support, look, I have my webcam on. I have my webcam open. Please, okay, it's turned on. All right, guys, if you need to push, just call me or text me on WhatsApp. I will let you know what you can do. Some people tell me, Ahmed, I'm married, I have children, I have work to do, I have family, I have this, I have that. Please, but I want to take the PMP certification. I want to get my PMP certification before the summer, because in the summer I will travel, or there will be beach, or I will be going to my home country, etc. So what can I do? So here I'm there for you guys. I will help you. Really, it's my job. Now, last week, or I think, or maybe at the beginning of this week, one lady wrote me this. Really, I was shocked. I was shocked. What she wrote me, really. Uh, okay, she wrote me on LinkedIn. She wrote me on LinkedIn an amazing story. I cannot find her message. even though I have just 200 messages on LinkedIn because I have answered all my messages on LinkedIn. But I can tell you this. She wrote me this message 3 days ago, maybe 4 days ago. No, 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 a little longer because I was, on a break because of my sister. And she wrote me this, Ahmed, you don't know me, but I called you on your mobile 3 years ago. 3 years ago, I needed help. You just gave me one advice, one piece of advice, one sentence. I applied it, and now I'm a very happy woman. I got my dream job in my dream country, and I'm very successful at work. Thanks to that one sentence, that one advice from you. No, really, really, I mean, this was not probably PMP related, but I just want to tell you guys, if you need help to go for your PMP exam, I'm here for you. Really. You can leave me a message. Okay. Maybe I will not answer the same day. Maybe I'm busy traveling, teaching, taking care of my family, taking care of my children, working. Okay. But be sure I never ever leave out an unanswered message. Now, in the last session, in the last post PMP training session, I have shared with you guys a plan how to prepare for your PMP exam. I will share that video later tomorrow. Okay. But now let's stick to the agenda. You see, I'm a project manager by nature. I want you to start calling yourselves project managers. You see, 2 days ago or 3 days ago, I was in a meeting with a few people, and they asked me this question: is project management applicable to any area? Yes. And I started with one of the toughest areas where project management started to be part of that area, which is HR, human resources. You see, we all thought, I mean, when I started working in 2007, I thought that, yes, Huda, contact me on WhatsApp. Contact me on WhatsApp, on my WhatsApp, okay? And I will help you with that. Just contact me on my WhatsApp, not the company's WhatsApp. My WhatsApp is, you know it, guys. It's on my LinkedIn. Go to my LinkedIn. You find my WhatsApp number on my about on my about section in my about section you find my WhatsApp number. Contact me on my Tunisian WhatsApp. I have two WhatsApps, one Tunisian, one Swiss. Okay, don't contact me on my Swiss number WhatsApp. It works, it's in my phone, but I barely use it. Yes, guys, we will open, just we will no, Ikram, if you have question, raise your hand. I will allow your microphone. Otherwise, write your question here in the chat, and I will read it and I will answer it. So either you can raise your hand, I will allow your microphone, or leave it in the chat and I will answer it. Now let me tell you this. A few days ago, I was in a meeting with some guys, and they asked me, is project management applicable in any area? Now, I'm telling you this because I want you to start calling yourselves project managers. Even if you are an engineer, maybe you are a maintenance specialist, maybe you are a doctor, maybe you are a writer, maybe you're a journalist, maybe you are an IT specialist, maybe you are a mechanic, maybe you are an HR manager, maybe you are a team leader. Just include that term project manager somewhere in your title. Guys, somewhere in your title, put project management, put project manager. You see, in 2007, when I started working, I of course, my relationship, it was, a lot of times was with HR. And I thought HR were responsible for payroll, vacations, absences, everything administrative related to the employees, hiring, contracts. But then, a few years later, like really, it happened, or it started happening in 2011, I think. Uh, I met the first HR project manager, and I asked her, what is HR project manager? She said, you see, we in HR, we have projects. For example, preparing a new learning program for our employees, or a new learning program that will go through projects. So we will need someone from HR to oversee, to watch after that project. So that's HR project manager. For example, we need to deploy a new enterprise resource planning system, ERP system. Now, deploying that system, um, Okay, guys, can you hear me well? Can you hear me fine? Guys, can you hear me fine, please? Can you write in the chat? Yes, yes, no, yeah, Walid. Okay, thank you, thank you. So another lady told me, you see, in HR we need to deploy tools for our work to improve the way we work. So that's a project, and we need project management skills. So if in HR we could have project managers, HR project managers, then in any industry, in any role, in any function, in any discipline, we need project management. Now, we talked about that. I'm not going there. I'm not going there. Yes, we need project management everywhere. The question is, because I'm checking some of your profiles. Right, really, I'm checking some of your profiles. Now, you cannot see that I checked your profile. Why? Because I have disabled the feature of letting other people know that I have visited their profile. Sometimes you get on LinkedIn, someone visited your profile, something like this. Now, yeah, I have disabled that. So people don't know that I have visited their profiles. But I am visiting some of your profiles, some. And I cannot see project management yet in your profiles. I cannot see that yet. The question is why? You have completed the PMP training. Now, theoretically, you have acquired PMI's project management mindset, not only for the PMP exam purpose, like not for the PMP exam purpose only, but even for the way you deal with your colleagues, the way you collaborate with your team members, the way you contribute to the success of the project, the way you lead projects, and the way you contribute to the success of the company's strategies. These five, absolutely, these 5 points. Now you have that knowledge. You have the knowledge, you have the mindset, you have the tools. Now, many people who pass the PMP exam, like today, this lady who passed, one of the people who passed today and called me, her name is Rihab. Yeah. Why I remember her name? Because she won free training with us, and she won free PMP vouchers from us. So this lady is so active with us on LinkedIn. She follows everything we post. So we had few competitions, to win a free seat in our PMP training. She participated and she won. Then we had other competitions to win a PMP voucher. She participated and she won. Today she passed. Today she took the exam. She passed. So I asked her, Rihab, how is it? I will tell you exactly what she told me. She's Tunisian, so we spoke in Arabic. So I will just translate to you guys. She told me this. Ahmed, it was so easy, thanks to the way you explained project management to us. She told me this. Ahmed, I had a huge pressure on me. If I was the one paying for my own exam, I wouldn't be in that pressure or in that much or in that level of pressure. But I'm so pressurized because it was a gift from you, Ahmed. I did not want to let you down. And she told me this. Even my husband was stressed with me. Even my children were stressed with me. And my husband was telling me, oh, Rehab, we should have paid for the voucher by ourselves. Now you are at too much pressure. And she told him, I don't want to let my teacher or Ahmed down because he really did so much for us. So why was the exam easy for her? Honestly, she prepared really well. She told me this. I have completed or I have taken all the mock exams, all of them, maybe except for one. I have taken all the quizzes. I have made sure that I understood PMI's mindset, which you explained to us, through those exams or through the training. And here's the secret. In each question, of the exam, she pictured herself in the shoes of that project manager or of that scrum master or of that product owner sometimes or of that agile coach, because the PMP exam in 99 in 98 or in 99, maybe 98, in 98% of the questions, it covers these 4 roles. Now, all of them are project management roles, but maybe 70, 80%, maybe 70% is a project manager. They use the term project manager. Then maybe a little, maybe 10%, maybe 5% less or more, I don't know, Scrum Master, or the meaning of Scrum Master, a little less, maybe 3%, maybe product owner, and then maybe 2%, 1% agile coach or just coach or whatever. Like, so that's what it mostly covers. All right. So she had put herself in the shoes and in the situation of each one of those roles whenever there was a question, and she tried to answer based on our slides. Based on our slides. And I will tell you now a secret. If you want to pass PMP exam and if you want to succeed in your work as a project manager, here's what to do. Now, let me tell you the secret. See, I'm sharing my screen now. I'm going to share my screen. All right. So here's okay. Now let me go here. Maybe yeah, here it is. Now, what I did, at the beginning of my career, maybe almost 18 years ago, when I wanted to succeed, as a project manager, and this is what I will tell you. If you want to succeed as a project manager, you need to pull out this presentation, this PMP training presentation, which contains all the tools we need, for managing, for successfully managing business environment, for managing stakeholders, for managing the project team, for succeeding in agile or Scrum projects, for succeeding with predictive projects, hybrid projects, all the planning techniques, all the techniques for performing the project work, managing procurement, managing quality, managing risks, assessing the project performance, etc. When you are managing project at work, pull out this presentation, put it in front of you, put it right, in front of your face, and whenever you face a situation, for example, you're in a meeting and you face in a difficult situation, go back to this presentation, check on conflict resolution techniques, communication management techniques, stakeholder engagement techniques, etc., etc. For example, you are facing a situation, for example, you don't know how to plan for a project, you don't know how to build a Gantt. Pull out our course or this presentation, go back to our videos, and you will see that there is content. If, for example, you don't know if you're facing a situation with your team, you don't know if that's a risk, you don't know if that's an issue, pull out the content related to risk management, okay? And first check if it's an issue or a risk according to the content. Then, follow the steps, how to build the risk management plan, then, how to build the risk breakdown structure, how to build a risk assessment matrix, and then, how to build the risk register, and then how to identify a risk, how to evaluate a risk, and how to respond to a risk. Just follow the steps in the presentation. Just do it, guys. Hey, having the certification is important, but succeeding as the project manager is even more important. Okay? Really, guys, I need you to do that. All right? So, now, before going to your question, so do you want to know everything about the PMP exam? Now, let's go to questions. Let's check your questions. Please, now, guys, who has got a question? Okay? Who has got a question? Raise your hand, please. I'm here to answer questions. All right. Whatever you want to know about PMP exam, PMP certification, raise your hand, please. Who has got a question? Raise your hand. Here's the button here, for raising the hand. Okay. You see, here it is. Raise your hand if you have a question, please. All right. Um, Now, some people, yes, the bookie, I'm coming to you. Now, some people ask, when is the version 8 coming of the PMBOK? Well, if I go back to PMI's post from December, they said the early quarter 4. So PMBOK 8 should come October, but we don't know which comes first, ECO change or new PMBOK. Okay, so, but it will be around 2 months before PMBOK 8 or 2 months after PMBOK 8, but we should expect like in the next maybe 5 to 6 months, okay? And I don't know, I don't know how different PMBOK 8 will be from PMBOK 7. Of course, we have the draft. I have the draft, okay? I have the draft. I can show you. I can show if you are curious. Courses. courses, PMP, and PMBOK 8. PMBOK 8, right. Yes, PMBOK 8. I have the draft, but of course, this draft could be very different. Once it's released, it could be very different. This is the guide. This is the guide to the Project Management Body of Knowledge PMBOK Guide, 8th edition. Okay, so I have it. Okay, well, some content is similar to what we have right now. Okay, but some content will be a little different. Like for example, now there is much more important to the governance. Okay, there is the process table is back. When we say process table is back, means we might even consider inputs, outputs, like this. No, actually, yeah, kind of like we have in the PMBOK 6, kind of. All right, kind of, not really. Yeah, this slide, for example, is from PMBOK 7. Is the same, repeating, but not all the processes are here. There are some changes. There is more emphasis on AI. I mean, we talked about this before, and I promised that I will make videos about it. But for sure, like the inputs, outputs are back. So the ITTOs are back. Okay, so this is big change. Like, it's not a step backwards. No, it's not a step backwards. Like going back to PMBOK 6. I love PMBOK 6. For me, I consider the PMBOK 6 like the base, the foundation for project management, regardless of what PMBOK 7 has come up with, or the project management we have currently. I mean, I think things will get right with PMBOK 8. I personally think many project management experts out there think things will get right with PMBOK 8. All right, and I'm so glad that we will go back to that table. I'm not old school. No, I'm not old school. Actually, I'm very agile. I'm very IT guy. Here is the process table. This is the mapping process groups to the performance domains, and let me just have yeah, exactly. So you see, we will have governance as a performance domain. You see, it's no more called knowledge area. They're keeping the term performance domain, and then we have here the same process groups as in page 62 of the PMBOK 6: initiating, planning, executing, monitoring, controlling, and closing. But here now we have governance. Okay, then scope, schedule, cost, but it's called finance now, and then stakeholders, resources, and risk. And the rest, they come as appendix, like the procurement. Maybe there is exactly, there is here part for procurement, like conduct, make or buy decisions. This is kind of procurement, okay? But procurement, quality, they come as appendix. All right. Still, of course, we will, we study that, but now this is focusing on core project management. Really, this is the core project management. Now, that's why I'm telling you guys, you're lucky now. If you want to take the PMP exam, take it now. Okay, take it now before the changes take effect. Okay. I don't mean, I don't say that it's going to be tougher, it's going to be harder with PMBOK 8, but it's going to get back to the foundation, the fundamentals of project management as we have studied it. And there will be a lot of agile, and there will be a lot of hybrid, a lot of hybrid, because there is a question now in the past few weeks. I'm following, in the past few weeks, many people are wondering, can we really apply agile in project management the way it was created in 2001? And I think, in the next ECO, in the next exam content outline of PMP, things will get right. Okay. I think there will be more emphasis on tailoring and hybrid, or more of a customizable, project management, which, really, you learn few techniques of project management, and then you cannot just go purely with agile or purely with waterfall. Okay. Let's see Ahmed Dbuki. Okay, Ahmed. So I'm unmuting you. So, and please, share your questions, please. Unmute yourself, Ahmed, please. Click on this mic here, whether it's, in your mobile or in your laptop. Unmute yourself, Ahmed Bouki, yes.
Salam alaikum.
Wa alaikum assalam.
Je me présente, Ahmed Bouki, je suis étudiant plus précisément alternant en production.
OK.
Et du coup, dernièrement, je m'intéresse à améliorer mes compétences puisque je suis alternant en tant qu'un ingénieur production et j'ai la chance d'occuper plusieurs projets.
Okay.
Donc,
So what kind of help do you need?
alors, ma question est, en tant qu'un étudiant, est-ce que je pourrais passer cet examen? Et ma deuxième question, c'est quoi les compétences nécessaires pour passer ces examens et bien évidemment pour réussir?
So, of course, I have to speak to reply in English. I don't mind if you ask me in French. I don't mind if you ask me in Arabic. I will have to answer in English because we're recording this. We will be sharing it on YouTube later on. So, the prerequisites for the PMP exam are having a high school diploma with at least 5 years of project management experience. And by project management experience, we don't mean being a project manager. We mean leading a project or applying project management techniques. Okay, like for example, if you're part of a project, you have to be part of a project, whether as a project manager, project leader, project team member, and you led or you took like you took responsibility or you were responsible for parts of that project. Like for example, you were supporting in planning, you applied conflict resolution techniques. You estimate or you calculate project performance. You lead and manage meetings in the project. That's project management. So actually, that's what we mean by project management experience. Whether as a project manager leading the projects or applying techniques of project management or parts of project management in the project. So you need to have at least high school diploma with at least high school diploma with at least 5 years of experience, or university degree, okay, bachelor's degree, or global equivalent with at least 3 years of project management or with experience in project management. I would call it experience in project management. I wouldn't call it leading and managing projects. I would call it experience in project management. That's like more appropriate. Okay. Now you are a student, but at the same time you work. So if you have total at least 36 months of practical experience, then you can go for the PMP exam. So you need to submit your PMP application. We have shared videos on YouTube how to submit the PMP application. We have shared with you a file which would help you, and then you can proceed to the PMP exam. Okay.
Ok, c'est clair.
Okay. And the
Dernier
second
point,
part,
je voulais vous dire que je m'occupe à un projet plus technique. Donc, je pourrais dire digitalisation d'une
yeah,
industrie qui utilise les papiers vers une industrie numérique.
that's a project.
Yes.
Digitalizing a company, that's a project. Transitioning a company from an actual status to a future status, like going digital, that's a project. Maybe the company does not call it a project, but it is a project. That's why we recommend that you watch the first session. Now, look, we had a free PMP training in February, and we shared the recording. We shared the summary of all the sessions, and we shared full recording of 3 sessions: session 1, session 4, session 12. So watch session 1. Go to our YouTube channel, look for the free PMP training, and watch session 1. It will really help you better understand what is a project and how to know whether, like, whatever you're doing, whether it's a project or not. I really recommend you watch that.
Ok, merci beaucoup.
All right, you're welcome. Shawki Salim. Yes, Shawki, I'm muting you. So please, so please unmute yourself and
Yeah, thank you, Mr. Ahmed, for your initiative for this session. And my question is that we are working in a heavy environment where we are doing like a care support for intelligent charging system network. So whenever we have spare time, I'm trying to review the BMB questions and answers because I don't have really time to even review the recordings and the documentation of the BMB, like the guide and everything. So is that enough to review the questions and answers, then apply schedule for the exam? I already applied for the BMB last year in August, and I'm afraid that time is running and I cannot schedule my exam yet. So is it enough for reviewing the questions and answers to move ahead with the exam?
Let me be honest, because many people are asking this question.
Mhm.
First, you need to complete the entire 35 hours. That's a must. Without the full 35 hours of training, you can never pass. Never. Why? Because in the PMP exam, there are 180 questions, and tens of questions are about many, many techniques which we saw in our training, planning techniques. For example, there are questions about student syndrome. Okay? If you don't know what student syndrome is from our training, you cannot answer the question. About Parkinson's law, about bubble chart, about sensitivity analysis, about flow chart, about the types of voting, about a very small word written somewhere in the risk management plan. Not the risk register, that's the risk management plan. Somewhere there is a small word written. Okay, questions about, for example, one of the RCA techniques, the root cause analysis techniques, okay? Some question about Ishikawa diagram, for example, or about the NPV, or about, for example, the IRR, maybe about TDD, test-driven development, maybe about UAT, user acceptance testing, maybe about this, that. So you should have completed the entire 35 hours training, really. Like, I said it many times. In our training, there are almost 300 techniques, tools, processes, approaches, like 300, which you need to know. Of course, half of the exam, almost half of the exam, focuses on the mindset of the project manager. The mindset of the project manager, which is how to act in each situation, whether in a conflict situation, whether in creating value, the situation of creating value, whether it's a situation of engaging stakeholder. Yes, those mindsets or that mindset, you can, besides the training, you can acquire, through our exams, like they are maybe other trainers exams, okay, from the mock exams. But what about the other 90 questions? The other 90 questions which focus on the tools, okay, on the artifacts, okay, on the templates, etc. So really, you need to have the training. Now, maybe if you have completed the training, now this we did it last year. We did this last year, and we're going to do it again this year in July. Okay, we do it every year in July, actually. So what we did last year was we had a 4-day wrap-up training. 4-day wrap-up training. So it was a wrap-up training of 4 days. In that wrap-up training, we had only the essential, only the most important parts, the most important techniques, tools, practices, which cover around 80% of the exam. So, and many people until now, until just few days ago, okay, many people who joined that program last year, told us that they have really benefited from it a lot. So almost every July we have those 4 days. We call them the wrap up, okay, wrap up PMP wrap up sessions, okay. So, and those are for people who don't have time, but the condition is to have already completed the training. So who joins that program? People who have already completed the training like few months ago, but they forgot, they did not have time, to study again, and they just have 1 week. And they have 1 week and they need support. They don't just have 1 week by themselves. No, they have 1 week and they need support. They need somebody to watch after them or to watch over them. Okay. So what we do, we provide them with those 4-day wrap-up sessions. Okay, in which we give them la creme de la creme of the training content, which contains those sessions which contain 2 full exams with very, very good questions, very similar to what they will get in the PMP exam. And after those 4 days, they go take the exam and they pass. Okay, so we do that once in a year in July. All right. So I think this July we will have all again those wrap up 4 days of wrap up. We call them la crème de la crème, only for those who have already completed the training some time ago and they don't have time to prepare. They just have 1 week, so we tell them, you know what, come and have that week with us. Okay. I think Salim, I have answered you.
Yeah. Thank you so much.
Yeah. Right. All right. Now let's go to Ikram Talat. Let me allow your microphone, Ikram. Yes, please. Ikram Talat, if you can unmute yourself, please.
Hello?
Yes. Yes, Ikram, we can hear you.
Can you hear me, Ahmed?
Yes.
Just a second, please.
Yes, please.
Sorry. It's Ikram Mohammed Talat. I'm a professional. Sorry, my English is not very good. So if I
Ikram,
make a lot of...
you can ask me in Arabic. I don't mind if you are
okay.
Arab.
Thank you. I prefer to ask you in English in order to challenge myself. But if
Okay.
I make a lot of mistakes, sorry, I will switch to French. Okay?
Okay.
Thank you. Thank you very much. So, Ahmed, I am a professional product manager since 2022. Now I'm gonna start a new job as a project manager. My question here, I have already attended your free PMP training, and I got my 335 certificate. Thank you, by the way. Now I want to pass the PMP exam, but I'm a little afraid of failure. So I don't want to fail the exam and not to have it. I was wondering if it was good to pass the Scrum Master first, then the PMP, or what do you think about this? And as a product manager, or a project one, I don't know, in the future maybe I'm gonna back to my initial profession, is that product manager. So is the Scrum Master est-ce que les meilleurs comme certification, ou bien la PMP, ou bien faut avoir les deux quand même pour augmenter mes chances, pour avoir d'autres opportunités, surtout si je change de pays, c'est-à-dire si je vais vers l'Europe, bien vers le Canada, est-ce que ça va m'aider encore plus?
I've already said this before, I will say it again. Now, many people who join our PMP training, they purchase from us the Scrum Master SMC, the Scrum Master certification from Scrum Study. And I have said this many times. The only Scrum organism in the world which applies a Scrum the same way PMI describes it is a Scrum Study. And Scrum Study, with their famous SBOK, the Scrum Body of Knowledge, which they released in 2013, and they have been updated it since then, or since. They're the first in the world, even 7 years before PMI, or even longer, who described the Scrum or presented the Scrum as a project management approach. Now, I can be honest in this. Anyone, of our students who took the Scrum Master SMC, not PSM, no, absolutely not. Not the other ones, no, SMC, who took SMC right before the PMP exam, they 100% passed the PMP exam so far, as I remember, and they told us it helped them with half of the PMP exam. So because the questions in the SMC exam, they're situational and they're very, very similar to the agile questions in the PMP exam. And the agile questions in the PMP exam are almost half of the PMP exam. So that's what our guys told us. So yes, you can take the Scrum Master certification before the PMP. It will make it easier for you, and it would be helpful, yes, for your CV. Yes, having the PMP plus the Scrum Master is quite good. I have that. Go check my profile. I have Scrum Master. I'm a PMP certified, of course, and I have Scrum Master certification. I have Product Owner certification. I am Scrum Study certified trainer. And a bunch of other certifications. And everywhere I went, they helped me. I could lend. I mean, in the past, I stopped working for companies since 2015. It's 10 years already now. But until 2015, from 2007 until 2015, I got different assignments, in project management in different companies, and yeah, thanks to those certifications, I could land some really interesting jobs. I was working as a full-time employee, at some companies in 2015. After that, I have become a consultant, so I was taking missions and projects with companies. So yeah, we can do that, Ikram, if you want. All right. We go back to Ahmed Bouki. Yeah, Ikram, any more questions?
Yeah, sorry. The SMC is the free certification one.
No, the free one
No.
is SFC, the Scrum Fundamentals is free. The
Okay.
SMC is the Scrum Master, actually, is paid.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you very much,
Yeah.
Ahmed.
All right. The Bouki, yes, do you have a question? Ahmed Bouki, again, do you have a question? Your mic, did I? Oh, yeah, sorry. Maybe I should allow microphone, sorry, yeah. Yeah, so please, I allowed your microphone, Ahmed Bouki.
Bonjour.
Yeah.
Comme je vous ai dit, je m'occupe pas mal de projets et surtout que ma formation basée sur la management en général. Ma question est la suivante. Est-ce que il faut que je prouve que je maîtrise pas mal d'outils, comme les outils de TPM ou pas, sachant que je pourrais les avoir?
You don't need to prove having those certifications. You need to know. Sorry, you don't need to prove knowing. You don't need to prove. You just need to know them, and knowing them by practicing them is the best way. You know how to memorize them and how to, be able to really like answer any PMP question about them. But proving, you don't need to prove anything to anyone. You just need to know them, know how they work. Okay.
D'accord. Parce que dernièrement, je suis allé plus loin. J'ai fait des recherches sur ces certificats et j'ai trouvé que je maîtrise pas mal d'outils. Vraiment, je pratique.
Good. That's good.
Merci.
Yeah, that's good. Do we have uh, do we have Rodriguez? Do we have Oh yes, I can see him. Rodriguez is here. I just saw him. Yeah, here it is. Here he is. Okay, so Rodriguez, can you unmute yourself, please? Let me unmute you. Let me unmute you. Just put my finger on Israel Rodriguez. I think this is a very famous name, common name in Mexico. I know you're from Mexico, right? Rodriguez, can you unmute yourself, please? Oh, are you okay with English?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Do you speak
Yeah.
English?
Yes.
Right. So your name is Israel Rodriguez, right?
Yes. This is the
Yeah.
correct pronunciation.
Yeah. And I know that is a very famous name in Mexico.
Totally. It was, or you can find everywhere a name guy like this.
Yeah. Because the other day I was wondering, like, why does he have the name Israel? And then I Googled it and I asked ChatGPT and they told me, oh, it's a very famous name in Mexico. It means something related to God, right?
Yes, but I don't know. I think it's more like a generation choose this kind of names. You know, in the new generation, Israel is not so common. So I think sometimes the TV programs or something like this moves this kind of names. It's a seasons names. You know.
It's not related to any country or any place or any people, right?
Yes.
Right. Okay. Actually, I just, I was scrolling randomly, I was really scrolling randomly, in the list of all the people who liked and shared today's post, and my finger landed on you. So,
Really lucky.
first it landed on a lady called Umayma. First, it landed on a lady called Umayma, and then I looked and I didn't see any Umayma with us. Then I just scrolled again with that looking, and my finger landed on you, Israel. Okay, Rodriguez from Mexico. So you're with us. You liked and shared. So I think you're going to win the access, the 3-year access to our PMP education platform and exam simulator. Okay?
Thank you, Ahmed.
Yeah.
I really appreciate your
Now,
support,
say
and
hello to our
honestly,
people. Say hello to the people in Mexico. Okay. And please write me offline on WhatsApp or on LinkedIn. Send me your email address and you get the access. Okay. And I know
perfect.
it's,
I really
I think it's
appreciate it.
afternoon now in Mexico, right?
Yeah, totally.
Probably
Almost 2 p.m.
4 or 3
No,
in the
2 p.m.
afternoon.
Almost 2 p.m.
2 p.m. Oh, all right.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Almost 2 p.m. Oh, 7 hours behind. Wow. Yeah. All right. Okay. So please, Rodriguez, write me on WhatsApp or on LinkedIn. All right. So congratulations for you on winning. Let's go to
Thank you,
Rami
Ahmed.
Hassan. Yeah, you're welcome. Rami Hassan. So I'm muting you. And please ask me your question, Rami Hassan. Rami, can you?
Hello, everyone. Hello, Ahmed. Thank you so much for your incredible efforts during the
Yeah.
training that we have passed with you of the 35 hours. Thank you so much. To be fast, my question is related to the booking of the exam. Is it related to a location? As you know, the price it is not the same in France as Morocco. And as I am Moroccan based in France, is that I have the right to choose to pass the exam on behalf of my country, or it is related to where I am working right now? Is
No.
there is any condition? Thank you.
When you create your profile on LinkedIn, you're going to put your address in France, but make sure you let PMI know that you're Moroccan. Now, even if you haven't done that at the beginning, when you decide to apply for the PMP certification and your application is accepted, you will see that the price for you, because your address is in France, the price will show for you as $655. So what you
Okay.
can do is you can log into your PMI account, go talk to PMI chat, like at the bottom on the right side, talk to
Okay.
PMI chat, tell them, hello, PMI. Now a robot will talk to you, okay? Chatbot. So tell them, I need an agent. I want to pay for the exam. I need an agent. The robot will try to answer you, but just insist that you need to talk to an agent, and
Mhm.
the agent, show the agent a copy of your Moroccan passport. Tell them, I am Moroccan. I want to pay for the PMP exam. Give me the price for Moroccans. And then it will show you, instead of $655, it will show you $413.
All right. Okay.
Yeah. So you can always benefit for the special price based on your passport, based on your citizenship. Okay.
Okay.
But if you don't, I can tell you something. I can tell you guys, I can tell you something. A Tunisian lady who lives in France. So last week, she paid for her PMP exam without consulting with me. She paid, uh, look, I think she paid around $600. She paid already. And then she was happy. And she came to me and said, hey, Ahmed, I paid for my exam and I scheduled it. Here's my exam date. And she said, and lucky her, she sent me a screenshot. I checked the screenshot and I saw that she paid around $550, maybe something like that. I don't remember. And I told her, why did you pay that much? Go talk to PMI, ask them to reimburse you. Ask them to reimburse you. She said, I already paid. I said, so what? Tell them you're Tunisian, show them your Tunisian passport, send them a copy, and they will reimburse you. And yesterday, last night, let me check my mobile. Last night, she wrote me, Ahmed, they reimbursed me. Thank you. Yeah, exactly. So probably she wrote me after 1 week or 10 days. I don't remember. I don't remember. But last night she wrote me that they reimbursed her. And that's really great. I'm so glad for her. Okay. So you can always, even if you paid by mistake, bigger price, come talk to me. I will tell you what to do. you can always get reimbursed. Okay, so if you come from a developing country, you can always benefit from a reduced price. All right, so please don't forget that. Okay, it's always $413 for people coming from developing countries. Okay, all right.
Okay, got it. Thank you, Ahmed.
Yeah, yeah. I'm searching for her name. So many messages I don't, which I answered today, so I cannot see her name. But anyway, yeah. All right. Any more questions, guys? Do you have any more questions? Do you have any more questions? Let me check. Now, let me check what we were supposed to talk about today. Okay, so let me just cover those parts. So, do you want to know everything about PMP exam? This is you. You can ask me anything you want. Do you want to know about your PMP certification? Can help you change your career and excel in it. Now, let me tell you about this. Okay, how can the PMP change your career, guys? Now, I'm going to tell you things which I don't really say. I don't usually say publicly, but let me say it with you. I will say them with you. After I got, I'm going to be honest with you, as honest as I can. When I was working for IBM, my salary was small. I started with a salary in 2007. I started with a salary of 800 euros. 800 euros paying for my rent, for my livings, for my expenses. It was just about okay. I could not save any money. From one month to another, I could save nothing. And now, of course, each year I was getting some salary raise based on inflation rates or maybe on my performance. But when I got my PMP certification in 2012, now listen to this, listen to this. When I got my PMP certification in 2012, I was 27 years old. I told myself this: the next job, I knew I'm going to leave IBM, even though I loved it, but I got like all the things I wanted, like the roles and the assignments and the projects and the programs. I told myself, I set myself a certain number, like a certain salary, and I told myself, I'm going to leave IBM, but I will never leave it until I get this salary. People were making fun of me, but let me tell you this: I've sent my CV to many companies, but I was sending my CV only to companies which I thought were projectized. Listen to this. Listen to this. I sent my CV to companies which I thought were projectized companies. What does projectized companies mean? Means they know project management, they value project management, and they need project managers. Now, it's extremely important to make sure that, because there's a big difference, between sending your CV to a functional organization and to a projectized organization. Projectized organizations know project management, need project management. They know PMP. So they will pay you much more. Functional organizations or weak matrix organizations, they don't really care that much about project management. For them, everything is operational work. And even if there is a change which categorizes as a project, they just ask somebody, hey, can you take care of that thing? They don't even call it project thing. They don't value project management. They don't have special contracts for project managers. They don't even have the roles. I'm talking generally now, okay? I don't mean 100%, but generally. So after I got my PMP certification in 2012, I left IBM 1 year later, less than 1 year later, 10 months later, okay? And I joined a projectized organization. And then I left that organization and I moved to Switzerland and I joined another projectized organization. How do you know if it's a projectized organization? Okay, usually big organizations, they're projectized, like Microsoft, HP, Honeywell, IBM, Motorola, AT&T, blah, blah, blah. Those companies are projectized. Okay, they know project management. No doubt about that. But even if you see an interesting, or if you have a company in mind, they're projectized or not by looking at their job advertisements. Now, for example, let me give you an example. I left IBM in 2013. I moved to Novartis. Novartis, that's a Swiss company for pharmaceuticals, projectized. After Novartis, because I finished the mission with them, I moved to Solera. Solera, this was an unknown company to me. It was a mid-sized company, 4,700 employees at the time, and I didn't know it. And I was working for its subsidiary in Zurich called Audatex, okay, in the car, in the automotive claims processing industry. So I knew it was projectized because actually I didn't send them my CV. They looked for me, but when I looked at the job advertisements for project management, by reading carefully each sentence in that job advertisement, it didn't say anywhere, it didn't mention anywhere technical work. It mentioned pure project management tasks. Only pure project management tasks were written in that, like understanding customer needs, preparing project charter, preparing business case before project charter. Now I'm just trying to remember from the top of my head. Creating, managing stakeholders, aligning stakeholder expectations, dealing with the sponsor, managing company resources, milestones, Gantt chart, risk adjuster, blah, blah, blah. So all project management terms. When a company mentions only project management terms in their job posting, okay, and they don't mention anything technical, like, you will also do coding, or you will also do testing, or you will do some engineering, or you will do some mechanical work, or you will do some, no technical work, only project management work, purely project management work, then I was sending them my CV. Okay, because I know that's a company which values project management and wants project management. Now, those are two secrets. Now, let me give you the third secret. Okay, the third secret is, I mean, at least in Europe, that's where I lived. That's what I know. And even the United States is the same. Okay, in Europe, in the United States, in Canada, and now in the Gulf region, or now let me talk about Europe the most. The project manager role, they see it as an important thing, a big thing. Companies who are projectized, they know that the project manager is like, the project manager in the project is like Messi in the football team. Okay? You have Messi, you win. You know, when Messi was at his peak, 2014, 2015, 2012, 9, blah, 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 18, 17, I don't know. All right. So if you have Messi, you win. It's the same. You have project manager, you win. Your project is successful. Okay. So I was enjoying that mindset because that mindset is very, it's obvious in the projectized organizations. And the projectized organizations, they will pay you. Of course, I was targeting, maybe I was targeting well-doing companies, rich countries, maybe. But because I always had the salary expectations, and in order to fulfill my salary expectations, first I needed to have a good profile, certification plus experience, understanding project management. Second, target projectized organizations. And third, no, during the interviews, I should know how to convince them that I am Messi in the project management. So you are all Messis. Whether I don't know, I'm just picked Messi. Maybe like some other football player. Maybe you don't care about football. It's just a metaphor. Okay, I'm just making you understand how to really get the job you want, the role you want, and the salary you want. Okay, that's really what is my secret. That was my secret when I was, I applied for just for the first work after IBM. The other jobs or the other assignments, they contacted me on LinkedIn. Okay. So that was my secret. All right. That's a secret you might want to have. All right. Would you like to know how project management can be applied in any industry? We talked about that. Okay. So project management before PMP preparation, during PMP, after PMP, best PMP jobs. Okay, for me, I have covered all of the points I have mentioned in my agenda for today. And now I go back to Ziad. Yes, Ziad, I unmute your microphone. So, sorry, I allow your microphone. So please unmute yourself, Ziad, and ask me your question.
Good evening, Mr. Ahmed. I
Hi,
hope you are
Ziad.
doing well.
Thank you.
I have a short question. Does the PMP certification expire with time, or it's a long life?
No, it
I
renews.
ask this question because for language certification like TOEIC or IELTS, within 2 years it expires.
Now, okay, the PMP certification, you will need to renew it every 3 years by proving that you have practiced project management, you have learned more project management, and you have shared project management knowledge. Now, if you have done this over 3 year period, you report that on PMI's website, you will earn PDUs, and you can use those PDUs, and then you can pay, I think if you are Tunisian from your accent, you will pay $60. You will pay $60. You can use the technology called bank card in Tunisia. You can link it with PayPal, you pay with it. You can pay $60 and you renew your PMP certification. So PMP certification is renewable every 3 years, except for the first time. After you get your PMP certification, you can actually renew it for 6 years in advance. 6 years in advance. Now, in my case, I cannot renew it for 6 years in advance because you can do that only for the first time. And after that, you will have to renew it every 3 years. Of course, for each 3 years, you need to prove 60 PDUs and pay $60 if you are Tunisian, or $150 in my case. Even if I'm Tunisian, but I am registered with another country, so I pay $181, not even 150. I pay VAT. Okay, so that's the answer to your
Okay.
question. Yeah.
So there is will not have a certification test
No,
after.
no. Just
Okay.
PMI. They ask you to prove that you have practice project management. They can check your PDUs if they want to. Otherwise, no test. No, not taking any test anymore. All right,
Can
let's
you
go back. Yeah.
can you explain me what does it mean PDUs?
PDU, that's a professional development unit.
Okay.
Theoretically, every hour you spend practicing project management, every hour you spend learning project management after you get your PMP certification, and every hour you spend sharing project management knowledge, it can qualify as professional development unit. So one PDU an hour, and then you need to prove you have like 35 hours of project management practice and 25 hours of project management knowledge sharing and learning. So you do that after you get your PMP certification, and you do that on the PMI's website.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. Let's go back to Dbuki again.
J'ai une petite question. Je voulais
Yes.
savoir, y a-t-il une différence entre quelqu'un qui passe son examen en Tunisie ou en France? Et
Difference.
en termes de contenu, reconnaissance et peut-être d'examen lui-même.
No,
Et,
there's,
et,
there's,
et, et, je
answer
voulais
this question.
savoir aussi,
Let me answer this question first. There is no difference where you take your exam from. You can take your exam in Chile, South Africa, Pakistan, Russia, Switzerland. Doesn't matter. PMI has got a bank of questions. I think 44,000 questions now. 44,000 questions created big, I think 24,000 maybe, or even more, created since 2001 until now. And the rest, the adapted questions from those used with the PMBOK 6. So actually, you can take your exam from wherever you want. It doesn't matter where you take that exam from. You will always get the same certification and questions selected randomly.
d'accord, c'est clair. Dernière question, quand vous avez de l'expérience en Europe, je voulais savoir, est-ce qu'en France, Est-ce que ce diplôme est reconnu ou pas? Ou c'est très utile, autrement?
It's the most worldwide recognized or the most internationally recognized certification. Is the most certification in the world, the most famous, sorry, the most famous certification in the world, PMP. There is no certification more famous than PMP in the entire world. No, never. Until now. There are
Okay.
famous programs such as MPA, but for certifications, PMP is the most recognized, most famous certification in the world. And yes, France is the top 20, in the top 20 countries with a number of PMP certification holders. I think France is the number 13 or 14, maybe some yeah. I mean, I can have a
parfait.
look. I can have a look, so I can go to PMI's website. I can look, I go to check a certification, and then I can select France. I can select PMP. I think there are maybe 10,000, 8,000, 13,000. I don't remember the number by heart, but in France, I think there is a good number of PMP certification holders. So 9,152. 9,152 people have got the PMP certification in France. So I think this will put in number 15, maybe. It's ranked 15, 16 among the countries.
D'accord.
Yeah? All right.
Et est-ce qu'on peut s'occuper n'importe quel poste ou juste un poste de production, de management ou dans le secteur de qualité?
Any sector, any industry, as long as you practice project management.
Ok.
Yeah?
Merci beaucoup.
All right. Let's go to Mohammed Majerdin, right? I think you are Algerian, right? Majerdin, either Algerian or maybe Moroccan.
Assalamu alaikum. Yes, I'm Algerian, really, yes. I'm Majordin Mohammed, Algerian project manager in telecommunication field. I just one question regarding the session, May session, because yes, I have many tasks and engagement, and I afraid if I miss some courses, especially on Wednesday. So, is there any recording for the courses?
Yes.
Or
absolutely? All the sessions will be recorded, and the recordings are always shared the next day after the session in our internal platform, and you have access to it.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Nice.
All right. Yeah.
Thank you.
Welcome.
Thank you.
Yeah. We go to Bu Salhih Sufyan. Oh, I think this is Moroccan last name. Bu Salhih. Can you unmute yourself, Sufyan? Sufyan. We cannot hear you. Sufyan, we cannot hear you.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, that's good. So it's Algerian.
Algerian.
Yeah. My question is about I'm IT. So
See, I'm very jealous. Sufyan, I tell you a secret.
Yeah.
In the past 3 months, I'm very jealous from Algerians. Before it was most of the people who interact with me were Tunisians. Now, for the first time, Algerians are outperforming Tunisians. You can see probably from the interactions of people, in this session. Not just in this session. Now, for the first time, Moroccans are interacting more than Tunisians. For the first time, really. And you see, I got jealous now.
That's nice to have a competition in that. So I would say, I'm IT architect, so working in Germany since years and trying to step back, from the technical stuff and going more to the management. Well, I manage different projects, but I was never a project manager. Which certification do you think it's makes more sense to step in for a beginner? It's like Prince 2 or going directly to the PMP? Because I asked some colleagues about that, said it's too high a PMP. I don't know if this is correct.
I tell you this. See, I have worked in Germany I have worked a lot with Germans. I've worked in Switzerland, in the Czech Republic, in different countries, to be honest, as a consultant or as a full-time employee, but even with my own company. Like, look, my company, Ben Hamuda Consulting, we used to offer Prince 2. I have people who got their their Prince 2 certification through my company, like the practitioner or the foundation. Okay. But then I stopped. I decided that my company will stop offering Prince 2. To be honest, Prince 2 is not as in demand or as famous as PMP. Even if some people would say the opposite, no, it's not. It's not the opposite. I am in the industry since 2007. I have my own training company since 2008. And I'm one of the very first people who got into this industry, okay, since I was 22 or 23 years old. 23. PMP is not like, oh, you have PMP, then you're senior manager. No, PMP first of all is about knowledge. Yes, when you get your PMP, it proves you're senior. Maybe you are already senior, and the PMP is just something additional on your CV. But for me, what you will learn from the program preparing for the certification is the most important thing. Okay, I've talked about this many times, and I've told people many times before that. When I was working as a project management hiring manager, I was a hiring manager for Novartis. I have interviewed in 2013 and 2014 many people who had or have the PMP certification, but their project management skills were really poor. Okay, so if you follow a really good and decent PMP program with a trainer who is originally a project manager, who has practiced project management, program management, portfolio management, product development, product management, worked with operational teams, worked on business projects in different environments, different industries, like really, then you will learn project management. There are people out there are PMP trainers who I respect. Really, I really respect them because they have that mindset of be project manager, practice project management, and you will succeed. So no, it's not, I know, I heard this even in Germany. Oh, don't go for PMP, it's too high level standard. Oh no, we in Germany, we prefer they have their own certification of project management. I forgot the name. I helped one guy get it 4 or 5 years ago, but I forgot the name. But you should go for it. First of all, it's cheap. It's very cheap to get the PMP. Like really, it's less than €1,000, at least with my company. Exam 500, training 300-ish, €800, €900 maximum. But the knowledge you get is huge, and you can prove yourself among like your team members, your coworkers, your peers. You can prove that you've really learned a lot. Now you're on a different level. Plus, with this new leadership of PMI, and I'm seeing these things for the first time. I will tell you secrets, guys. Keep them between us. When I was working at IBM cooperates a lot with PMI. But PMI was more of an organism preparing processes, guidance, and that's it. We used to get project management knowledge from Rita. It was one lady. It was a lady from Canada. And we were referring to her when we wanted really to check if we are applying project management correctly or not. I don't mean IBM, I mean myself, some of my colleagues. I was referring to Rita, not just for preparing for the PMP, even for learning project management. But then this new leadership of PMI, I know Pierre Lemina, the president. I don't know the other members of the board. I don't know them by name, okay? But with this new leadership of PMI, things have become much more interesting. So PMI now is much more visible, active, sharing posts daily on LinkedIn, on social media, organizing these different types of events. They were those events. We had those events before, but not as visible as now. Social media, makes it much more interesting and closer and easier to follow, And now, with this AI, with this technology, with this intelligence, with these types of project management, etc., it's much more interesting. So I as Ahmed, really, I'm not saying this because I'm a PMP trainer or I'm a project management expert. I'm saying this. I wish anyone in the world with more than 3 years of experience, I wish they could get the PMP certification. Really. I mean, some people would say, oh, if everybody would get the PMP certification, it would lose its value. Actually, not. It will gain more value because when people start focusing on the knowledge they got from that PMP certification, rather than on the paper itself, when they focus on the real knowledge they got, that's when real value happens. Okay? And that's when, companies give more and more importance to people holding the PMP certification because they know those people know how to work, know how to do things. Okay? Maybe I'm one of the first people in this group who have LinkedIn account. I created my LinkedIn account in 2008, and I remember in 2010, maybe 2012, there was this American guy who posted this on LinkedIn. He said, "I'm a project manager with 20 years of experience, and I don't have PMP certification, and I don't believe in any certifications. Does that make me any less, compared to the other project managers?" And people starting answering differently. And of course, I joined the conversation and I answered this. I congratulate you on having that practical experience. I checked the guy's CV. It's an amazing CV. Okay. Yes, you are a project manager. Yes, you are a senior project manager. But what's a PMP certification? I tell you this. I don't drink coffee. As Ahmed, I don't drink coffees. I never drink coffees. I never drank a coffee in my entire life. But my wife, she drinks coffees. Sometimes she orders this coffee with a whipped cream on top of it, and then one we call it cerise in French. I don't remember the name in English. I forgot. It's not a strawberry. It's like this red fruit. Like if you know the name in English, guys, write it please. Um,
Cherry.
Cherry. Yeah, exactly. Cherry. Yeah. Perfect. Perfect. Yeah. We were talking about it today, my wife and I. So it's like this cherry on top of the whipped cream. Exactly. It's like that cherry on top of the whipped cream in her coffee. Okay. And the coffee is like brown, the whipped cream is white. But what's attractive for the eye is that cherry on top of it. So that's the PMP certification for that guy. For that guy with 20 years of experience, it's the PMP certification it's that cherry. Now imagine my wife. I mean, if I would imagine my wife getting that kind of I don't even know the name of the coffee she orders with it's a coffee with whipped cream on it. I don't know the name because I don't drink coffees. If she would get just the coffee with the whipped cream, it looks okay, but with the cherry on top of it, it's much nicer, even like for just looking, not just for testing. Okay, tasting. Sorry, not testing, tasting. All right. So that's the PMP certification for a guy with 20 years of experience. For most people with 5 years of experience, 10 years of experience, maybe a little more, a little less, PMP certification is no more just that cherry. It's like much more than that. Nowadays, much more than that. So I definitely recommend getting the PMP certification. Absolutely. Get it for the knowledge, not just for the cherry. All right. Any more questions, guys? Sorry, I have a problem with my mic. Would like to thank you. Thank you. Who's that? Bassem. All right. Guidance, collaboration. You're welcome. I love that. I love doing that. I would like to ask for your insight regarding other certifications offered by PMI. Could you please share your thoughts? Yes. The icing on the cake. All right. I want to have a CPM certification since I am still studying. I am a first-year management student yet, Arij, we have a CAPM program for free for students. Contact me on WhatsApp. Please, Najla, I get back to you. But first, let me answer Bassem. Bassem, look, here's PMI website. Okay, look, Bassem, look. When you go to, or you head over to certifications and PMI's website, see, here are the professional certifications from PMI. Not all of them, but the most important ones. Look, here we have core certifications, and here we have specialized certifications. Core certifications are CAPM, PMP, PGMP, PFMP. Okay? These are the core certifications. Now, many people, after they get their PMP certification, they think the next level is RMP or maybe ACP. No, that's a specialized certification. Do you know that with our PMP training, you can pass the RMP and succeed? It happened to, with a few of our students. We just give you some more practice questions for RMP because that risk management chapter in our PMP course is very sufficient. Okay? Actually, if you get PMP, the next level is PGMP. And if you get PGMP, the next level is PFMP. Okay? It goes in this order. So it's CAPM, then PMP, then PGMP, Program Management Professional, then PFMP, Portfolio Management Professional. But it's not any of these ones. These ones here, these are specialized certifications, like the construction professional for construction work, people in construction, ACP for agile practitioners, RMP for people who work in risk management department in a bank, in an insurance company, maybe in an IT company, or in a company which deals with data protection, etc. Okay, or in any company maybe. PMO, that's for PMO, Project Management Office. Okay, PBA, that's for people working in business analysis. Cognitive Project Management and AI, that's, I think it's for free for us, PMI members, etc. So actually, these are specialized certifications. Okay, so it's PMO, AI, business analysis, risk management, agile, and construction. But these are core certifications. These are the fundamental ones. Okay, so if you get your PMP, go for PGMP. If you are a program management, a program manager. But if you have never worked as a program manager, then of course, look, after PMP, if you want to continue with PMI, you can pick any of the specialized ones, okay, if you want. I personally didn't do that, and I will not do that. Okay, I don't think I will get RMP or ACP. I'm not interested because I have PMP. I'm teaching the latest knowledge in PMP, so I don't need that. But for myself, look, here's my profile. See, it's Ahmed PMP. I got to 2012. Then SCT. Then I went for a total different organism, and I got I became a Scrum Study Certified Trainer. So I got 4 or 5 certifications in here. Then I went and moved on to SAFE. And of course, in the meantime, I had a few other specialties like ITIL, Lean Six Sigma, and a few other certifications. Okay, so that's what I did. And that's what helped me a lot. Okay, but if you want to continue with PMI, then you pick if you want to continue with Agile or Risk. But it's up to you. It's really up to you. Okay. Let's go back to Najla. So sometimes I feel so overwhelmed. PMP is a dense certification with a lot of moving parts, terminology, frameworks, and processes. Do you have any additional recommendation on how to manage the learning to ensure mastery? Hey, Najla. We shared that in the last session of the Post-PMP training. You need to follow it. Please, I will share the video from 2 weeks ago. Actually, when we had the session 2 weeks ago, I wanted to share the video. Then my sister died the next day. So I just stopped everything. So tomorrow I will share the video from the Post-PMP training session 3. It will really help you know how to prepare, how to revise, okay, how to prepare for the PMP certification after you finish the training. Just follow that plan, because we prepare that plan for people who have just 1 week, people who have 2 weeks, people who have 3 weeks, and people who have more than that. It's not complex. It's really easy. It's Najla, watch the video and then come back to me. I can help you with that. I'm an accountant. I want to change the career, start my journey as project management. What position should I look to start? See, I studied accounting, Najla, And when I studied accounting, but never worked as an accountant. When I became a project manager, I wondered at the time, can I be an accounting project manager? Yes, you can be an accounting project manager. You can be an auditing project manager. You can really have. See, as long as you figure out there are projects in the accounting field, you can manage those projects as a project manager. See, the secret behind having a project management role in any specialty is by figuring out where is the project. Once you find the project, you can be the project manager. Will there be another chance to win free access to your platform? Ikram, maybe. I don't know. You see, we try to be generous. So actually, we oftentimes we share competitions, we share opportunities, maybe sometimes once in a week, sometimes once in a month. We try to be regular. Sometimes it's difficult to keep up, because we have a lot of work. Maybe, okay. La cerise sur le gâteau. Yes, thanks a lot. I work as a management controller. Can I know how the PMP can help me? Zibar Mukhtaria. So Zibar Mukhtaria, look, I recommend you watch session 1 of the free PMP training, which we have shared on YouTube. It will explain to you what kind of knowledge is there in the PMP training, and then you will know that it will help you, dealing, you see, it will help you know how to understand the environment of the company, how to figure out, whether each idea the company comes up with, whether it makes sense, whether it will be beneficial for the company or not, how to link a project to a strategy, then how to manage the entire project, how to lead the team, how to be a leader, how to initiate, plan, execute, control, all of that, how to switch between project management methodologies, how to use the tools. All of that will help you exercise your work much better and reduce waste. That's important. Let's go to Raed Lamin. Yeah, Raed Al Amin, I think. Yes, Raed, please turn on your microphone, please. Unmute yourself. Raed Lamin. Can you unmute yourself, please, Raed? Raed, you still muted? I have already unmuted you or enabled. Can you? Okay. All right. Any questions, guys? Are there any other questions? All right. I have enabled your microphone. You see? Okay. Oh no, that's Amr. I'm sorry, Amr. Can I prepare for the PMP in English and pass in French? Fayrouz, that's a good question. Theoretically, you can, but we prefer if you want to take the exam in French. Actually, you can, because when you decide to take the exam in French, you will have English version with it. So yeah, if you don't understand something in French, you can go back to the English version and then take it in French plus English, okay? Or you can join a training in French. We have 2 training in French in June. One is very express and one is express. We will announce that on Monday. Okay? Amr, do you have a question?
Yes, thank you, Ahmed, for your time. I have purchased the access for your platform.
What is your surname? What is your surname, Amr?
My surname is Muhammad Amr.
Your name is Muhammad and your surname is Amr?
No,
okay.
Benaish is my second name.
Okay.
My family name.
Okay, all right.
I have purchased the access. First, my question is, so for the access, it will be just for 1 year or for 3 years? And secondly, for the exam platform, I cannot manage to get the access. I don't know the password that they gave me.
When did you purchase the access, Amr? When did you purchase the?
Last Wednesday, 23 April.
So please send an email to the administration ask them to check that for you. Okay, they will do it. And for people who purchased the access before 5th of April, they got before the 5th of April, they got 3-year access. After the 5th of April, they got 1-year access, but it is renewable for another year. So theoretically, it's 2-year access. Okay. Usually the access is for 1 year, but we are generous, so we renew it for another year. If you have a problem accessing the simulator, send an email to the administration. They will check your access.
Already done. I did it. I just did it because I thought it will be worth to try it now while I'm in this session. So yeah, it didn't work. So I just give you a hint.
No problem. No problem. Yeah. Ra'ad, can you please unmute yourself? Ra'ad, have allowed your microphone. You see it? It's allowed. So it's your microphone is allowed. You just need to unmute yourself, please. Otherwise, paste your question in the chat, and I will be happy to answer it. Okay. All right. So, so once again, I think congratulations to Rodriguez. He won the 3-year access. Guys, do you have any other questions? I would be really glad to answer you. Like, if you have got any questions. Oh, okay, good. Wow, we have a question from Vangimala Venugopal. All right, so PMP website shows that we need at least 3 years of project management experience before we take a PMP. I'm a software architect, work in Germany with a total of 18 plus years of experience in automotive field. Now I'm thinking of moving to project management stream. Do we need to showcase 3 years of project management experience before we go for the certificate? Vangimala, tell me, 18 plus years of experience in automotive field as a software architect. I think as a software architect, you were part of many projects. And I'm sure I've worked with a lot of software architects. I'm sure you have led parts of the projects. Maybe you have led the design part, maybe the planning part, maybe you led the control part, etc. Whether it's waterfall, agile. So I think you have the project management experience. You just need to follow our way, our methodology of illustrating that experience in your PMP application. I did not work as a PM, but I assisted PMs in several projects in my career. How can I mitigate this problem? It's not a problem at all. I just answered this. Go to YouTube, search for my channel, Ahmed Ben Hamouda, and search for a video which we posted 3 months ago or 2 months ago called How to Prepare PMP Application. Just follow that. You can do it in 5 minutes, 10 minutes, maybe 15 minutes, like real quick, because you have the experience. Come on, 18 plus years of experience. That's really great. That's a lot. Okay, Raouf, according to your experience, what are the tools, the most efficient tools to transform a PMP training as a to be a catalyst in a career shift? Yeah. See, we talked about this, Raouf Hilal. We talked about that, in this session. So I told you guys, and I mentioned this a few times, the knowledge you will get in the PMP training, it will make you think beyond the exam, like far beyond the exam, because it will really help you learn, understand how to succeed as a project manager, how to succeed in a project, and how to help your company succeed. So actually, all that will help you a lot. What you learn in the PMP training or the project management content in the PMP preparation, it will help you be part of a company strategy transformed or translated into actionable initiatives like projects, like developing products, like launching a service, like transforming, okay, something. All right. So I said this at the beginning of the session. I said, guys, if you want to really succeed in all your missions, have the PMP training presentation in front of you for the first year. For the first year in your, after you get your PMP certification, for the next year, for the next 12 months, always have the the PMP training presentation, the PMP training presentation in front of you, right in front of you, because each slide of those 800 plus slides, it contains the tool or the answer to the situation which you are facing right at that moment. Okay, do that, and you will succeed. Okay. Can we find this session in your YouTube channel? Yes, yes. Aharak. Okay, I have a question from Aharak. Aharak. If I've already reviewed all the PMP exam content, how much additional study time will I dedicate to practice and final preparation before taking the exam? 3 weeks. Ideal 3 weeks. If you're in a hurry, 2 weeks. If you're too lazy, 1.5 months. We've had that in 2 weeks ago, in the previous session 2 weeks ago, and tomorrow I will be sharing its recording together with today's session. Okay, so please, Aharak, if I pronounced your name correctly or surname, check YouTube tomorrow, and you will find the video from 2 weeks ago and also today's video. Please watch them; they will help you a lot. Okay, okay. To prepare your preparation plan. Okay, to set your preparation plan for the PMP exam. Any more questions, guys? Are there any more questions? Is the wrap-up training in July free for those who have bought the offline training? Yes. Those who have bought the offline training, the wrap-up is for free. Yeah. Would you recommend taking the exam in English, even if my English is not very strong? If your English is not very strong, don't take it in English. No. You need to have a very strong B2 level, very strong B2 level in English language to be able to pass the PMP exam. I mean, to feel comfortable with English language, the PMP exam. You need to have a strong B2, B2, not B1, not A2, no, B2. C1, C2, that's perfect, okay? But minimum, very good B2 level, because really some questions require good level of English. Okay, so yeah. Any more questions, guys? All right. We have a question from Amr. Amr, please.
Yes, sorry. Just for the presentation, where to find it in the platform?
You have access to our offline drive. See,
Okay.
You have purchased from us the access to the education platform. So you get automatically 3 accesses: the education platform for the course and the practice for the course and part of the question practice questions. You have access to our exam simulator, and you have access to our offline drive where there are all the documentation. Okay.
Okay.
So I can show you. Look. This is your offline drive. Now, besides the education platform, besides the exam simulator, this is the third thing. The third thing is the offline drive. And here, this offline drive, you can find the course presentation, recordings, how to apply, exams in Google Forms. Besides the see, you have access to our exam platform. You see, this is the exam platform. You have exams in English, in French. Okay, so you have the quizzes, the mini exams, etc. So this is for the exams. You also have access to the education platform. Okay, and also you enjoy access to the offline drive for the documentation, reference material, homework videos. Why is this like this? Yeah, homework videos, etc. Okay, Scrum videos, additional videos, complementary videos. You have that. If you don't have that, send an email to our administration. They will give you that. You are entitled for it.
Yeah. So technically, I should have received 3 emails, right?
Yes, I have access to offline drive, but I don't know how to access to education exam platform. Ra'ad Lamin, please, you received emails, let me show you the education platform. Uh, Let me show you. You see, I'm going to use that. What's that? Hmm, I don't know who's that. Please wait. This is one of the students. Why am I here? Why can I not log out? I need this. Yeah. Okay. All right. Um, okay, wait. See, I need to add them live. Yes, let's go to Gmail. I will show you you should have received where is it? Yeah, here it is. So, see, this is the education platform. See, this is the education platform. So you should have this 35-hour PMP exam preparation course, and you should have access for 3 years or 2 years or 1 year. I don't know what kind of deal you have with the administration. So, and then you should have received an email like very similar to this. Okay, hello. I don't know who was the guy. Who was the guy writing this? Lamin. Yes. Hello, Ra'ad Lamin. Welcome to 35-hour PMP exam preparation course provided by Ben Hamada Consulting. Your course details, blah, blah, blah. Here's the login link, the username, the password, blah, 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 blah. And then once you click on that, of course, guys, this password doesn't work. I mean, you can change the password once you log in. Okay, so now you see here you have your full course, and then you can enjoy each chapter one by one. And in each chapter, you see there are the videos, the study guide, the slides you can download in PDF, the chapter tests. You can have up to 30 questions per chapter, and then the glossary terms. And this is for each chapter, like introduction, business environment, stakeholders, team, Agile Scrum, waterfall and hybrid planning, blah, 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 blah. Okay, so this is the education platform, and this is the exam simulator. Okay, you also received an email with access to exam simulator, and a third email, with access to the drive, which contains all the books, everything you need, because we cannot put them, all of them, in this education platform. It would be too heavy. Okay, so if you haven't any of these three, send an email to our organization, and they will check that for you. Okay. All right. Yeah, but same, it will renew. If the 1 year expires, send them an email, they will renew it for you. Okay. Is the offline drive accessible for free or paid? It's paid. It is paid. It's not for free. No, it is paid. Okay, because the offline drive, it contains many things, many, many things. It's like a library. This is a library. I would just change the name to library, probably, maybe. Okay. So yeah, this is a library more than so let me call this drive maybe. Okay. So actually it's like it's like a library. It contains everything. All right. All right. Good. Okay, guys. I think how much does it cost, please? Yazid. It costs let me put the details for you here. So let me send you this. So Yazid, if you want to apply to it, it costs 159 euros or 499 dinars, Tunisian dinars. Okay, so just click on here. You can apply for the offline system, or you can join one of our online training. Okay. So here's the link with the information if you want to apply, for the access. All right, everyone. Have you got any questions left, or we already can wish you a very good weekend? Maybe if you don't have any questions, then I really wish you a very happy and nice weekend. Stay in touch with us on LinkedIn, on YouTube. We will share a lot of information and knowledge with you. All right. All right, guys. Thank you so much. See you around. Okay. Have a nice rest of the evening and have a nice weekend. Thank you so much, everyone. Okay. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Have a nice time. Thank you, guys. Have a nice time. Thank you all.